Okay, another assignment that really stumped many of us here in class and my Home Connect students was this area of composite two-dimensional shapes. So remember, composite means that they're made up of other shapes. So they're composed, they're put together. So we are going to go step by step in how to solve each one. Now, I'm not going to do the multiplication for you, but I am going to show you what you need to do in each step. So at home, what you can do is follow along with the notebook paper, writing out how to do each step, and then just type your answers into the Google Doc. Then you'll be able to submit it and get a better score if you need to. Some of you haven't done it yet, so you'll be able to understand how to do it and submit for a better score. So I'm going to pull up my notebook here and kind of have it side by side with the problem. Let's see if I can zoom in, and I'll also fix my share. So you're seeing what you need to see. There we go. Perfect. So what you see on your screen and in this video is our questions that are in the assignment. This was during week 6 area of composite shapes quiz. And I have the quiz open and I have a sheet of notebook paper there because you're going to need to work this out. You're going to need a paper and pencil. We're definitely not in mental math anymore. So always when you're doing work, you have your paper pencil with you and you're ready to go. So the first question, or the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write down, how do we find area? Okay, so we learned to find area of two shapes. We learned to find the area of a rectangle or square. And you might remember that is length times width. Okay, so when we think about a rectangular square, we're talking about the bottom times the side or the top times the side. Okay, so that's what we're looking at, length times width. We also learned how to find the area of a triangle. And we discussed many times that a triangle is essentially half of a square or rectangle. So when we're finding the area of the triangle, we're doing length times width divided by 2. Because remember, this is basically half of a rectangle or square. Some people call it base times height divided by 2. And your base would be your bottom of your triangle, and your height is to the tippy top of the triangle. So if we had a triangle shaped like this, our base would be down here, and our height would be given some way, would be here, okay? So when we talk triangles, we're talking base times height divided by 2. So now we know the formulas or the equations we're going to use. We can easily plug those into the problems. So the first problem that you see on your quiz, question number 1, has a triangle. So I know I'm going to be using my triangle equation. The first problem says find the area of the triangle below. And it gives me measurements. It gives me 4 centimeters by 7 centimeters. Do I have the base? Yes. Do I have the height? Yes. So you could draw that picture on your paper if you wanted to. Question number 1. You could try to sketch out that triangle. I mean, I'm not very good at this, so mine's not going to look that great. But you have a triangle, and they say the base is 7 centimeters. And then they have this little thing here telling you that the height is 4 centimeters. So I'm going to plug those numbers into my formula, my equation. Base times height divided by 2. 7 times 4 divided by 2. Now at this point, you're going to pause the video and you're going to solve that. I'm not telling you what 7 times 4 is. That's your responsibility. I'm not telling you what this answer divided by 2 is. That's you. You can do that. So pause the video after each question, after we've written our problem, and solve them. Then you'll start the video and continue. All right, so now you know how to solve question number 1. Let's slide down to question number 2. Question number 2 is a trapezoid. So I'm going to slide my Google Doc down. It says, what is the area of the figure shown below? And again, on my notebook paper, because you want to be able to write on this, you're going to kind of sketch out your shape. So you have a horizontal line, you have a slanted, a longer horizontal line, and another slanted line. Doesn't have to be perfect, just try. And then you're going to write your numbers in there. So we have 3 yards across the top, 6 yards across the bottom. They gave a little dotted line here to show that that height is 4 yards. So when I look at this shape, I know I don't have any equations, any formulas for the area of a trapezoid. But I know, and my picture's not very good, is it? I need to make this more even. I know that I have information to find the area of a triangle, and I can find the area of a rectangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and divide this again down here. So now in my whole shape, I have split it into 3 different shapes. I have decomposed it. So I have a rectangle. I have 2 triangles. And I'll tell you, those 2 triangles are going to be equivalent triangles. So I'm going to find the area of the rectangle. When I look at the rectangle, I see that it goes here. So do I have a length and a width labeled for that rectangle? Yes, I do. I can see that my rectangle has a length of 4, or I'm sorry, either way. It has 3 yards by 4 yards. So to find the area of that, you're going to do 3 times 4. And slide my paper over so you can see that. Zoom in a little bit. Oops, I'm zooming the wrong way. There we go. So you should be able to see 3 yards times 4 yards for the rectangle. Now I see on top of those rectangles, or along with the rectangle, I have 2 triangles. I have a triangle over here and a triangle over here. And those are equivalent triangles, meaning they are equal. So my job is to find the area of those 2 triangles. They both have a height of 4, because this side of the rectangle is 4, this side of the rectangle is also 4. So I know that my 2 triangles have a height of 4, but I don't know their base yet. So I need to work to figure out their base. This whole bottom of the trapezoid is 6 yards, this whole red section. 3 yards goes to the rectangle. So 3 of those yards are gone. 3 yards of 6 gone for the rectangle. So how many yards are left for my 2 triangles? Well, if I had 6 and I gave 3 to the rectangle, I have 3 yards left for the triangles, but there's 2 triangles. So what's 3 divided by 2? If I were to cut 3 in half, 3 divided by 2, which you don't have to work this out, we gave it to you in class, equals 1.5 or 1.5. So each of your triangles have a base of 1.5. So for my triangle, I need to do the height 4 times the base 1.5. This is a multiplication sign here, 4 times 1.5, and it's a triangle, so I have to divide it by 2. That's for this triangle. This triangle is the same, so I got to do that again. I have two triangles. So I need to do 4 times 1.5 divided by 2. So far you have 3 math problems that you're going to solve. You're going to do 4 times 3, 4 times 1.5 divided by 2, 4 times 1.5 divided by 2. And when you have all of those answers, you're going to add them up. That will give you your total area. That will give you your total area. All right, again, pause the video, complete the math problems. Remember, I'm not doing the multiplication and division or addition for you. So you're multiplying 3 times 4, write your answer, doing these problems here for your area of your triangles, and then you're adding your total area up. Pause the video, complete it, type your answer on the Google Doc, and then press play on the video again. You're ready for question number 3. Okay, here we go. Question number 3. We did an example similar to this in class the other day. Question number 3 says a regular octagon can be divided into isosceles triangles. One triangle is formed from this division shown below, where the base is 4 meters and the height is 3 meters. Guys, they just told you the base is 4 and the height is 3. What is the area of the octagon? Then it says, hint, a regular octagon has 8 equal sides, which can be divided into 8 equal triangles. So I have 8 triangles, 8 of them, that have a base of 4 and a height of 3. I'm not even going to draw the octagon. I don't need to draw the octagon. Can I find the area of one triangle? Yes. Can I multiply that area times 8 to represent the whole octagon? Yes. So what is our formula for area of a triangle? Remember, it's base times height divided by 2. They told you your base was 4. Your height is 3 divided by 2. So I'm going to do 4 times 3 divided by 2. And whatever that answer is, that's your job. You're going to then multiply it times 8 to get your final answer. Why are you multiplying it times 8? Because there's 8 triangles in the octagon. Very good. So pause your video, do your math, 4 times 3 divided by 2, then take whatever that answer is and multiply it times 8. All right, we're ready for question number 4. Rocking and rolling. Question number 4, they have pretty much already shown you in the picture where you should be dividing or decomposing this shape at. So this is an irregular shape, right? It's composed of a rectangle and a triangle. And in the picture, they show you that the top is 15 centimeters. The left is 12 centimeters. The bottom, let me move my notebook page so you can see it. From here to here is 15 centimeters because it's the same as the top. This part, however, is 7 centimeters. This is your base of your triangle. Your triangle base is 7 centimeters. What's the height of your triangle? Well, it's the same as this side of the rectangle. It's 12 centimeters. So I see 2 shapes there. So that means I need to find the area of the rectangle and the area of the triangle, and then add them together to get the whole area. So remind yourself, how do you find area of a rectangle? Rectangle is length times width. Do you see a length and a width? Remember, we said it's like top or bottom times the side. And I see that. I see 15 times 12. Remember, I'm not doing your multiplication for you. Let me slide this back over so you can see more. You're doing the multiplication yourself. And then triangle. Remember, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So you're going to do base 7 times height 12. Divide that answer by 2. Now that you have your area of your rectangle and your area of your triangle, you add them up to get your final answer. Do 15 times 12, do 7 times 12 divided by 2, add those two answers up for your final answer. Remember, pause your video, do the work, type your answer, continue the video. All right, last question, question number 5. Question number 5 is an interesting shape. It's like an up arrow. So I'm gonna do my best to draw it. Not very good at drawing, but we'll try. I didn't make it as even and thick as I should, but that's okay. So we have 1.5 feet here, 4 feet here, 1.5 feet here. And then I believe it tells me, yep, from the top of the arrow to this part is 6 feet. So when I look at this, and 4 feet right here, I see 2 shapes. I can divide this right here, and I have a square, and then I have a triangle. So again, you need to find the area of 2 shapes and add them together. So for the area of the square, just like we did before, it's length times width, 4 times 4. Now let's look at that triangle. That triangle has a base that's bigger than the rectangle. So we need to figure out how big the base is all together. So when I look at this base, I see it has 4 here in the middle, 1.5 and 1.5. So I need to figure out how long the base is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add up all of those measurements that are part of the base. So I'm going to come over here on the side and do it. 4 feet plus 1.5 feet plus 1.5 feet. Those 3 chunks make up the whole base. Remember, what do we have here? We have a decimal and an imaginary 0, right? So 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So my base of my triangle is 7.0, or just 7. This right here tells me the height. It's telling you the height is 6. So for my triangle, it's base times height divided by 2. So we're going to do 7 times 6 divided by 2. And then we're going to get that answer. And what's the last step? You've been doing it all along now. What's the last step? That's right. You have to add all of your answers together. Add your rectangle plus your triangle, and you'll get your final answer. So again, pause the video, do the math, type in your answer. All right, I hope this helps some of you and definitely makes you feel a little bit better about finding area of composite shapes.